The end of the flight. The hum of the airplane engines was soothing as Celine settled into her seat, ready for her long-awaited vacation. After months of stressful work, she was finally free. As the plane ascended into the sky, she closed her eyes, hoping to get some rest. But as the flight continued, something felt off. The cabin was eerily quiet. Normally, there would be the soft sounds of conversation, people reading, or the hum of electronics. But now there was only silence. Celine glanced around, noticing that the other passengers weren't moving. They were still, eyes wide and vacant, staring into nothing. Her heart began to race. She couldn't shake the uneasy feeling settling over her. She tried to look away, but her gaze was drawn to the man sitting across from her. His face was unnaturally pale, and his eyes were too large, staring blankly at her. His gaze felt cold, almost lifeless. Suddenly, the plane lurched violently. The seatbelt sign blinked on, and Celine gripped the armrests. She looked around again, but the other passengers remained motionless. Then, she heard a scream. She turned to see that the woman who had screamed was gone. Her seat was empty. The plane shook again, harder this time. The lights flickered, and for a moment, everything went dark. Celine's heart pounded as she sat in the pitch-black cabin, unable to move or breathe. When the lights returned, the cabin was still. The passengers were gone. Every seat was empty. The plane descended, and Celine felt a wave of panic rise within her. She had no idea where she was, but the emptiness around her was overwhelming. The plane finally landed, and Celine stepped off into a dark, desolate world. There were no people, no signs of life, just cold, silent emptiness. She rushed to a nearby house and hurried inside. But the moment she shut the door behind her, everything went dark again. Celine's heart raced, and she turned, sensing something in the shadows. The feeling of being watched was unbearable. And then, from the darkness, a familiar face appeared just inches away. The same hollow eyes, the same empty stare.